Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto. Hope you're having a great day. So, CPI numbers came out, and lotion. They were hotter than expected. Okay, point 0.3 would have been unchanged. Point 0.4 is hotter than expected. Well, point 0.3 a point 0.3 rise was expected, and point 0.4 is what we got. So clearly hotter. The market is hotter than we thought. Inflation is hotter than we thought. So markets are taking a dive at the moment. Yeah, Dow futures are about negative 485. Not good, because that means the hawk is coming. That means the Fed hawk is about to land, and it's going to be ugly. Frankly, I'm looking at those numbers and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? A full percentage hike is definitely on the table. Might not happen, but the chances are really high. Okay? You have to think that inflation is bad enough where the Social Security Administration is upping the cost of living increase by 8.7%. Let that wash over you for a minute. They're going to up cost of living by 8.7%. Now, when I look at businesses, major corporations that are all screaming, "Oh, we've made more money than we thought," all these record earnings reports that have happened over the past couple of years, and I just don't see it trickling down to the regular person. Yet they have a worker problem. Okay, 3.5% unemployment, and there are still a buttload of jobs out there that are not filled. And that says that we are lacking the skilled workers in those particular areas, or enough skilled workers in those particular areas to fill those jobs. Then you switch over to housing, and we don't have enough housing for the people we already have. Let that wash over you for a bit. That's going to be interesting. I think we're going to see major, in-country migration start to happen as jobs start to move or start to fan out. I think there are major events. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that can happen, but those are two big things. Not enough skilled workers, or workers with the right skills for the jobs that are open. That's a better way of saying it. And not enough housing. And there's been not enough housing for a long time. So things have got to change. They're going to change. How they change is the question. Sam Bankman-Fried was on an interview a couple of days ago, and basically he's saying, listen, you want to know when crypto is going to take off? It's going to take off when traditional banks start realizing that equity settlements, or just settlements in general, would move a lot faster, be a lot cheaper using crypto. I said this yesterday. I said it. There's a video that I did about ISO 222, conversations with my friend Nick, where we were talking about this, where there are a number of cryptos that are using that ISO 222 that would be perfect for that kind of situation. That's big. That's big for him to say so. And he's right. When traditional banks figure out that crypto is the fastest way and cheapest way and a secure way to move money in seconds rather than a couple of days, that's it. Like, that is the game changer, right? When people start talking about, that super space, that super app, whatever it is, that's the one. For crypto, that's the one. And you're starting to see banks get involved in crypto even more and more and more, right? JP Morgan talking to Visa, for cross-border payments, that kind of thing, having their two private networks speak. That's going to broaden. I told you, SWIFT is going to have problems, and other banking mechanisms are going to have problems as, smaller banks, faster banks start realizing, oh, hey, we can just transfer this money with crypto. Boom. And it just happens in seconds versus days. The other banks will have to move just because of that. Just saying. Just food for fodder, right? Another exchange that I'm kind of not pleased with at the moment. So apparently, Crypto.com has laid off about 40% of their staff. They originally had reported, oh, we're only going to lay off 5%, but they laid off 40. And then they turn around and want to, drop 145 million on new European headquarters in Paris. Way to take care of your people. Just saying. Binance started their global team to try to help them fix things. Well, they better start with the UK and the US, right? UK, their UK subsidiary is being accused of filing grossly erroneous annual reports. That's a problem. That's a far cry from where Binance wants to be with regard to regulatory compliance. So they had better swoop in and fix that with a quickness. They're the world's largest crypto exchange, and they're still making dumb mistakes like this. Why? There's no reason why. None. But here's something for you. That tells me that even though they're the biggest now, they're showing weakness, right? They're showing weakness. Because not only does that erode trust by a given government, but it erodes trust from possible users. So yeah, they had better get on that. With a quickness. Really cool news, Metamask. I started first talking about Metamask way back in February. And then, back then it was they bought Consensus, and then they were going to, because Consensus owned MyCrypto, and they're going to integrate MyCrypto into Metamask. Awesome move, right? Now they're making another awesome move, integrating with Sardine to allow instant ACH transfers. That means instant on-ramping of money for crypto transactions. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's very good stuff. Because it puts that particular wallet on par with some exchanges and how fast you'd be able to handle things. And that's what's interesting, right? I'm expecting that team over at MetaMask is going to be doing a lot more over time. But when you look at a move like this, you have to think to yourself, they are poised for freaking growth. They are ready. They're right there. As soon as the bull market starts to hit, I mean, MetaMask is already popular, right? But imagine what's going to happen when the bull market starts to move. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. So I find that to be mad cool, just mad cool. Federal Reserve Vice Chair Michael Barr said that the Fed is working with the OCC and the FDIC to regulate crypto asset activities within the banking industry. Basically where banks are concerned. That's why you're not hearing CFTC, SEC, because it's a banking industry. And they're working on regulation to manage all that actively. He also touched on during the interview yesterday, touched on FedNow. I'm expecting that there is not going to be a lot of movement in the CBDC space for the United States, because I have a funny feeling the U.S. is kind of just laying back in the cut and waiting to see, well, how does it work out for everybody else? And I think that the United States might be being smart in this case and saying, you know what, we know we've been slow, but we're going to take a more pragmatic approach to regulating crypto. Because if we take the right approach to regulating crypto, we're going to enhance an environment for growth and innovation, right? As well as reap the benefit on the other side, and maybe going the CBDC route is not the way to go. Wow. Now I'm speculating a little bit there, but you can see the moves have kind of been in that direction. So very, very interesting when I look at that. When I take a look at what's going to happen toward the future, I don't know what's going to happen toward the future, which is why I have to kind of gain a better understanding about what's happening now. right? And everything that's there, and try to weigh everything on, where I should be putting my money in investments. I know I want to get into real estate. I'm already in real estate, but I want to get deeper into real estate. Both my son and I have a really keen eye, on real estate. And then, obviously we're doing crypto, and we have a keen eye on what's going on in crypto. And I think that's a space where, we can grow exponentially. But I think that real estate has been and always will be a space where it's the gift that keeps on giving. Up market, down market, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Just have to plan it out properly. So that's what we're doing now, is doing a whole bunch of research, trying to plan everything out and see how it is. In the meantime, we're just putting money away, not necessarily cash, right? Because the idea used to be cash is king, and you drop all your money in cash. Kind of, sort of. Some money in cash, some money in other places. Basically liquid, but you want to be paying attention to, where you're dropping your money. But I didn't have this up. I should put that up. Sorry about that. But let's go take a look at numbers, because that's going to be a very big deal. All right, let me refresh this for us to see who's moving. So look at all these that are down right now. Everything over here is really down, severely down. We can say it like that. Let's see, anybody in this list that's severely down? Ethereum, POW, ha 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 ha. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't touch that with somebody else's money. Steppen is down a lot. Chili's is down 12%. That's a hell of a lot. It's an interesting number to get in at, though, given that the World Cup is coming and Chili's is a fan coin and it's only 17 cents. I could see a pop happening with that. Optimism is down, but that's probably off of news. But, no big deal. But the whole market is down. Gala taking another 10% hit. That sucks. But Gala, I think, is going to do just fine when everything starts to pick up. It'll take a longer time for it to come back, but I believe it will be coming back, and it'll come back strong, because it's a platform, not just a metaverse, play. It's a platform kind of play. So I'm interested in that. Like I said, we got core CPI numbers out. Came in and bit hotter than expected. If you look at, here's the period, here's the actual. The forecast is over there. So the forecast was 0.3%, and we got 0.4. That's a lot hotter than what was expected. I mean, this was hot. This is hotter, right? This is expected, estimated. This is actual. That's what I'm talking about. Fear and greed index, I'm expecting to go down again. It came down from 24 to 20. I'm expecting to go down again, maybe, right? Given, what's going on with inflation, you're expecting the Fed come in and say, I think the bare minimum is going to be 75 basis points. I'm really expecting a full percentage point there. And when you look at the volume here for Bitcoin, I mean, you just watched Bitcoin just drop like a hot freaking rock. It's at 18,330 right now, and look where it was before, in the 19s. So that's a big freaking drop. Do I think it's going to come back? Sure, of course it's going to come back. Anytime soon? Sure, I think so. Everybody will kind of get used to it, and they'll be okay. And then the next time it'll drop is next core numbers that come out. What, in another month? It's a monthly thing. Let's not be surprised. And there are going to be adjustments. There are going to be mad adjustments. So we could revisit that 17.6 that I have there at my bottom area over here, my bottom band. And you can probably see across the board, there's some deep red going on. Ethereum down a tremendous amount to 1,200. This is basically 1,200, right? So the correlation used to be, if this was down at this number, this one was going to be down in the 900s. So that's still a big jump that it enjoyed, but it's given back a lot since then. So you're looking at about 1,200, 1,210 right now. Could we see it hit the 11s? I think that's a possibility. XRP is down 46 cents. That's a mighty drop. But remember, it was down at 30 cents just a few weeks ago. So, still enjoying a higher low, if you will. So these are the things that I'm paying attention to. Anyway, this is Eddie J on Crypto. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and absolutely hit the notification bell so you know when I drop a new video. And don't forget to tell your friends. Have a good one. Bye-bye.